Hello everyone. So in this project, the client wants an AI automation that delivers a daily edge in real estate content. Every morning at 8 a.m., the system scrapes the top real estate news online. It analyzes the article to spot which ones have the potential to go viral on social media. Then, it generates a catchy headline and subheadline for each. Finally, it packages everything, headlines, subheadlines, and source URL into a neat email and sends it directly to the client's inbox. All this happens automatically through the no-code N8N workflow integrated with AI. So, let me show you to build this step-by-step automation.
Step 1. Create a Google Sheets table for data storage. For data storage, the first thing to do is create a Google Sheets database with clearly defined columns to store the generated data. The columns should include date added. This logs the date the article was added to the sheet. Article title. This stores the actual title of the real estate news article fetched from the RSS feed. Article URL. This records the source URL of the article for easy reference. Headlines. This contains the AI-generated headline, which is crafted to grab attention and maximize engagement. Subheadline. This stores the AI-generated subheadline, providing additional context or detail to the main headline. Viral score. This logs the AI-evaluated score that measures the article's potential to go viral on social media platforms. Step 2. Fetch news articles from Google News RSS feed. To begin the automation, set up a schedule trigger in N8N and configure it to run at a specified time each day. Next, add the RSS read node to automatically pull articles from Google News using a custom URL. Replace the URL query with targeted real estate keywords to fetch relevant content. By default, the RSS node retrieves up to 100 articles. But to streamline the process, insert a code node immediately after. Then, apply a simple script to limit the output, typically to the first 10 articles, adjustable based on project requirements. This step ensures that only the most relevant news is captured, maintaining a clean and efficient automation flow. Step 3. Build a headline generator node using OpenAI. To generate compelling headlines automatically, add an OpenAI node to the N8N workflow. Before proceeding, OpenAI must be connected to the workflow using the API key, organization ID, and base URL. After the connection is established, configure the resource to text and select the latest and most suitable GPT model for content generation. The most critical part of this step is the prompt. The prompt must be thoughtfully written to guide the model in producing relevant and engaging real estate headline. To effectively prompt data, apply clear techniques in prompting. Start with zero-shot prompting to generate headlines without giving examples. Then use role instructioning to define the task as a news content generator. Next, apply input reference by providing the title, snippet, and URL as context. Finally, set output constraints to return only the headline, nothing else. This prompt is effective in producing clean, targeted, and viral-ready headlines. Once the prompt is added, drag the data from the previous node, specifically the link, title, and snippet into the appropriate sections of the prompt. This provides the context needed to generate accurate and clickable headlines. Once configured, this step transforms raw article data into polished AI-generated headlines, ready to capture attention across any platform. Step 4. Build a sub-headline generator node with OpenAI. Since OpenAI is already connected from the previous step, the same credentials and configuration can be reused. To proceed, add a new OpenAI node, this time dedicated to generating sub-headlines. Then, set the resource to text, as the input remains textual, and select the suitable GPT model. Just like from the previous step, prompt is critical. The prompt should instruct the model to generate a sub-headline that complements the headline while adding more context or emotional depth. To effectively prompt data, apply clear techniques in prompting. Start with zero-shot prompting to generate sub-headlines without giving examples. Then use role instructioning to define the task as a news content generator focused on expanding the main point. Next, apply input reference by providing the headline, title, snippet, and URL as context. Finally, set output constraints to return only the sub-headline and nothing else. This prompt is effective in producing sharp, relevant, and context-rich sub-headlines. Once the prompt is added, make sure to drag the data from the previous node, specifically the link, title, and snippet, into the relevant sections of the prompt. This provides the model with the context it needs to generate accurate and compelling sub-headlines. This approach creates a layered content structure with a sharp headline followed by a thoughtful subheadline, both working together to maximize engagement. Step 5. Build a viral score analyzer node with OpenAI. To evaluate the viral potential of each article, add one more OpenAI node to the workflow. Continue using the same credentials from the previous steps. Then, set the resource to text and select the suitable GPT model. This time, the prompt must be crafted to instruct the model to return a score indicating the article's viral potential. To effectively prompt data, apply clear techniques in prompting. Start with zero-shot prompting to calculate the viral score without relying on examples. Then use role instructioning to define the task as a social media engagement expert. Next, apply input reference by providing the title, snippet, and URL for context. Finally, set output constraints to return only the viral score from 0 to 100 and nothing else. This prompt is effective in generating consistent, objective, and analysis-ready virality scores. After that, make sure to drag the data from the previous node, specifically the link, title, and snippet, into the appropriate sections of the prompt. This provides the context the model needs to evaluate virality more accurately for each fetched article. With this node in place, each article is automatically analyzed and scored, helping surface the most shareable and impactful content. Step 6. Record generated data in Google Sheets. To store the generated data, add a Google Sheets, append row node to the workflow. This node records a new row for each processed article. To proceed, connect Google Sheets to the workflow using the required client ID and client secret. Once connected, open the spreadsheet created in Step 1 and select the correct sheet. To automatically record the current date when each entry is generated, apply a custom formula. Then, map each data point from previous nodes, including the article title and URL, generated headline, subheadline, and viral score, to its corresponding column in the sheet. This setup ensures the database stays clean, consistent, and fully updated with each new entry, making it easy to track content over time. Step 7. Set up Gmail to send the compiled data. To send out the curated articles via email, start by ensuring that only one message is sent per run to prevent duplicate emails. Add a code node before the Gmail node to compile the fetched articles into a single output with custom URLs. Read the blog linked in this video for a more detailed discussion. Next, add a Gmail send message node, and to connect Gmail to the workflow, use the required client ID and client secret. Once connected, set the resource to message and the operation to send. Then, specify one or more recipient email addresses as needed. After that, add the preferred email subject. In the email body, include the link to the Google Sheet created in Step 1 to provide direct access to the full content database. The email will be sent directly to recipients, containing both the list of curated articles and a link to the database, keeping everything centralized and automated. This completes the workflow, turning content curation into a streamlined daily delivery system. Step 8. Testing the automation. Now that the full automation agent is built, it's time to run a test to ensure everything functions as expected. Trigger the workflow manually or wait for the scheduled run, and observe each step in action, from fetching the news, generating the content, scoring virality, and recording the data, to finally sending the compiled email.